But I have a surprise for you that I think will cheer you up. I didn't want us to be isolated up here. So...
Sweetheart. Oh, baby, come here. Oh, Mommy missed you so much. Hi. Oh. I'm so glad to see you awake. Likewise. Oh, baby. Were you at the hospital in Canada?
Of course I was. I brought Stephen up from San Francisco, don't you remember?
No. I don't remember that much. Anyway, you're here now. That's all that's important.
Grant, can I talk to you outside, please?
Oh, Amy, did you have fun in San Francisco?
Paulina told me how tough it is to fit in this family. Hell, look what they did to me.
Oh, yes, Jake. We just gave you chance after chance.
No, don't worry, Rachel. I could see through this guy a mile away.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me tell you something. This is the family that ran your grandfather's company into the ground. Better be careful. They won't be able to send you to the local junior college.
So what? If I feel like going, I'll pay for it myself. I'm a Cory, and I can handle it.
Way to go, Maggie.
Whether or not you're a shareholder, these are business offices. Until the votes are tallied, you belong downstairs. Of course, should you choose not to co-opt, Jake?
It would give me great pleasure to be the first one to sign the complaint.
What complaint? What's going on here?
Hello, Captain. Mr. McKinnon was just sharing some thoughts with us.
Yes, and given his IQ, they were very brief. Matt, why don't you help the captain show this creep out?
Yes. You know something? You people think you are so damn smart, always looking down your noses at me and any other blue-collar guy that walks through the door. Well, the barbarians are at the gate. And you ladies are going down.
I have some bad news. Carl Hutchins is in town. We had a confirmed sighting yesterday.
Jeez, you make him sound like an alien.
He is, believe me.
And you figure that wherever Hutchins is, Ian Rain is sure to follow? That's the general consensus. Well, given that the Corys, Rachel in particular, have been the targets of Carl in the past, wouldn't you agree that additional security is in order? It's already in the works. I've assigned some of my best men to this detail, Mrs. Cory.
Thank you, Captain.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to go downstairs.
Hold on a minute. If your buddy, Ian, tries to contact you, I want to know about it. You hear?
I've learned my lesson, okay, Captain? Now, I just want to go down to the auditorium to see the big meeting.
The family's watching up here on closed circuit.
Oh, okay, fine, forget it. But I just really wanted to go down because I never was at one before, and I could do a paper on it for school, you know, like...
All right, Maggie.
how
All right, go. Thank you, Captain. I will alert the staff that you've put on extra security. Rachel, please. You have to be careful. I mean, we both know what Carl is capable of.
Yeah, especially if he thinks it's payback time for our Halloween caper.
Boy, how I wish we'd used real poison then.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Take care. Let's see, Billy.
I just can't believe it. A miserable excuse for a human being is actually alive and back.
I hate to say it, but no one's safe with him around, least of all you.
Why have you brought my daughter halfway around the world when what she may need is right there at home?
And what would that be, Donna? Or should I say whom?
Grant, don't be ridiculous. I'm talking about her family and friends.
Aside from Marley, her family and friends are right here. That's you, me, and Stephen.
Well, what does this doctor say? What does she feel about
She's the one
move?
who suggested it.
Really?
Yes. Dr. Bernheimer believes that a stress-free environment is crucial to Victoria's recovery. Now, when she offered her services here, I couldn't refuse her.
Well, what is the prognosis? Grant, what is it?
She's going to be fine. I'm sure she has to be.
Grant, what are you not telling me? Now, I demand to know what's wrong with Victoria.
The doctor's not worried about it. It's the numbness in her legs. Her condition has to be monitored very closely. We have to be strong for her. There is no reason to believe that this condition is permanent, but I want every precaution to be taken, every test, every treatment.
Well, of course, so do I. How do you think I felt when I saw her in that room in Canada, lying there hurt and deathly still? And when she begged me to bring Stephen to her, I knew that she didn't think she was going to make it.
She did. She did, Donna, and that's what we have to hold on to. That's what's important.
Then just reassure me with one thing. Did you choose this clinic on the basis of its reputation or its distance from Bay City? Which is more threatening to you? Victoria's condition or Ryan?
Can we back up here a minute, please? Why would Grant need to hide Vicky from you? She's his wife. You guys just went through this a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah, we did, but not like this.
Like what? Ryan, you are driving me nuts. What is going on?
Frankie, do you remember how you felt when Cass was in the hospital, that you thought you were going to lose him
Do I
forever?
remember how I felt? Of course I do. I never want to go through a moment like that again as long as I
Right.
live.
Well, I just went through that moment, Frankie. It took me almost losing Vicky to come clean about how I feel for her.
Oh,
So,
boy.
I promised whoever it or what or is up there that if Vicky came through this, that I would come through for her, that I would fight for another chance.
Ryan.
Unfortunately, I made a big mistake. I forgot that Grant doesn't play by the same rules.
You mean you told him?
Yeah, I told him.
And that's why you think he's trying to keep Vicky away from Bay City?
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I know it for a fact. Right, of course, he was the perfect gentleman about the whole thing. He was very calm, very cool, very collected, and he... Frankie? Frankie, what's wrong? Frankie, you getting sick of my office?
Okay. You just get used to seeing my back end, Ryan, because this could go on for a few months. Oh, we made it here. It's passing.
What is...
Good.
Frankie,
okay.
what is passing
I'm
here?
okay now.
Oh, my God, you're pregnant!
Yes, indeed I am.
Oh, God, I couldn't be happier for you.
Yeah, we thought our lives were pretty perfect as it was, but now we're going to start something bigger and better, and it's pretty great. Yeah, we were trying to keep things on the QT, but with the so-called morning sickness, it's been kind of difficult to do that. And I'm really sorry. This is the last thing you need to be hearing.
No, hey, don't worry about it. Vicky and I talked about this all the time. I mean, what with Stephen, and me trying to learn how to be a dad. We had this great whole world between us. You know, Vicky and I, we even talked about having a few of our own.
Sweetie.
I am going to fight to get that life back. I want that life back more than anything.
Do you know what you're saying?
I'm going to fight for what I believe in, Frankie. I'm going to fight for Vicky because I love her. And if that includes fighting my brother, then that is exactly what I'm going to have to do.
Ryan is no longer an issue.
Really? Because we both know that he was the reason Victoria went to Canada. As foolish as that was.
Not at all.
What?
Victoria felt that Ryan was in danger when she came to us with that fear. We dismissed it.
Well, that's not exactly...
Please, Donna, let me finish. If I had had more care for my wife's concerns, none of this would have happened. If I have anybody to blame here, it's myself.
That's very generous of you.
It's the truth. I shut her out because of Ryan, because of what happened in that cave before.
I know that was very difficult for both of you.
Yes, it was. Every time she had contact with him, I thought it was going to lead to someplace else. Jealousy is a powerful emotion, Donna.
Oh, yes, I know about that. I've had a lot of experience myself. But what about Ryan now? Are you telling me that you feel differently?
No, I'm sure it'll always tug at me. But when I saw Victoria lying in that hospital room, I had my own sort of epiphany. She came back to me, Donna. Time and time again, I'm the man she chose. My fears about Ryan were groundless. I understand that now. And if you're asking me if I brought her here to keep her away from Ryan, I can tell you, no. The only place I want to keep her from here on in is close to my heart.
Grant, I know she loves you. In her heart, she loves you.
I think so, too. If I hadn't, this would have ended months ago.
But do you still feel that it's necessary to be here in Switzerland, so far away from home?
Yes, I do. This is the best possible medical facility in the world, and it's far from the feeding frenzy that'll come when the press find us.
Well, I suppose that's what happens when you're in public life.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I'm willing to pay that price anymore. My wife and I need this time together. She needs to get well, and I need to be here helping her.
But what about your work and your commitments?
They can wait. Necessary, I'll take a leave of absence and find an interim replacement.
Grant, that could ruin your career.
What good is my career without a marriage? I need to take this time to help my wife get well and better.